Welcome to this Yabridge installation video, which is not gonna be very professional, just right off the bat. So, we get straight ahead, let's waste no time. I will go through everything, and just as a disclaimer before the whole thing starts and it gets really interesting and fun, I can only show it with the system I'm using. So inform yourself which system you're using. I'm using KDE Plasma, KDE Neon Plasma 6.3, and which is based on Ubuntu. So if you have a different distribution than as a base as Ubuntu, then I don't know how it works. I'm just a guy who just wanted to get my favorite plugins working, and I managed to do it. And it wasn't that hard, but it was a whole lot of videos that I've watched simultaneously. 3 videos, 2 websites, a bunch of weird stuff. I hope this just eliminates it for those who also use that Ubuntu and whatever color you have on top of Ubuntu, KDE in this case. And with Bitwig, I think it's the same with that, with every other DAW. That's probably easier case, but with the whole system, the distribution, just right off the bat, that's an important note, so you don't waste your time. Try it anyways, maybe it helps. Maybe you can translate it somehow, but I'm just, basically, now that we have that out of the way, let's go straight to get Yabridge. I will put everything in the description, so also the whole text, what I will tell you, just as a text form, so you can come back, or at this point skip the whole video if you don't like that. If you're more into reading or want to have a quiet time, there you go. It's gonna be all the same, but this is just for the people that just want to do, like I do, want to see how it actually works. And yeah, so the first link is gonna be Yabridge, to download Yabridge. So to do that, and to always get the newest version, not depend on me, so you go on this page, and then you go to releases, and this should open this page, and then you download the Yabridge, not the source codes, but the Yabridge .gz. So you download that. So that's your first download done. Next to Bitwig, if you have not only downloaded, if you already installed it, don't you worry. But this is an important step, that's why I say it, because it caused me some problems. So you go to your download page on Bitwig, and then you have this drop down under Linux that says Flatpak or Ubuntu. Now the important thing is, Flatpak also works, which I had installed, but Ubuntu is the stuff that is smooth and works very good with all the plugins and Yabridge. I don't know why. That's just the way it is. I can't explain everything because I don't want to give misinformation, but I know that other users found it also useful, and you can save yourself the research. There you go. So you download Ubuntu, and well, if you have an Ubuntu system, which I don't know if Linux Mint is the most used one. I think one of the most used one, probably all based on Ubuntu. So you're gonna download that, and then you get your first plugin right off the bat. We're gonna start big here. So I'm gonna show you how to install one plugin, and that more complicated ones like Spitfire also works. Here, like a short preview of me showing you that I'm not talking stuff, and actually have it done. For example, here's Bitwig. I'm on Linux, you know it, and here's and here it works. It's just a bit more CPU intensive, but who cares? It works. So back to the downloads. You're gonna download, if you have downloaded, or you can also go with the free ones. Valhalla Supermassive, an amazing plugin. I love them. That's why we're gonna do it with them. So I'm gonna show you. Just, by the way, this window is like this because for the Bitwig code, but right now we can extend it. So you're gonna click try the demo, and then let's switch back anyways. Then you go to Windows, and that's important because because we're gonna download Wine just in a sec. First we're gonna download everything and then we set everything up, but it's gonna be important that you use the Windows stuff, because this is what it's gonna be about. Getting the Windows plugins running. So on to the last download, and that is in the, well, we use KDE Neon, and that's the territory for. In KDE Neon you have something called Discover, which is basically App Store. So if you don't have that, just type in Discover, and that's just Software Center. Yeah, and then you type in the search bar on top, type in Wine. Just yeah, and I'm gonna show you everything that I've installed it. I don't know if you need everything like that, but I don't know, just try it. But I bet 2 are very important, and I'm gonna show you this. The first one here, Wine, with this weird folder icon. I don't know if that's important. Get it anyways. Yeah. Then this Wine with the glass, and this is an important note. The version 9.0 is the important version. Why? Well, you asked the right person, because I have absolutely no idea why the new version doesn't work. It's just some new codecs, I guess. But the version 9.0, which was the only version for me to download at this time, I downloaded and it works. You can also click here and then select a different distributor, FlatHub, but that's version 7.0, and we won't take that stuff. It's too old. And it won't work, I guess. So, but here's the next thing. The last one that is very important, which you definitely have to get, is Q for Wine. That's the glass with the green stuff in it. Yeah, you download that, and I guess there's no specific version that is needed, I think. So now that you have downloaded everything, we can go into the installation now. And yeah, here we are in our downloads folder where we have now download everything. So let's unzip that stuff. And if you're new to Linux, just goes beyond this tutorial, I guess. I hope you know some stuff, but I'll show you some basic things. So you want to unzip a folder, and you right click it, you select the folder, then here you have an extract, you hover over it, you go to extract here in that download direction, and then delete archive, because you don't need a zip folder anyways. And then you press that, and then you wait, and there you have it. Finish. The video's done. No, that's the beginning. So you have now the Yabridge folder, your first installer, and Bitwig Studio. Okay, this is something else. This is what I did beforehand, but you don't. Let's ignore it. So we install everything one after another. So first of all, we're gonna install Bitwig Studio. The unique thing is, if you have already installed Bitwig, which I did, why I show it, you can skip it. You go here. Usually you get Bitwig also from here, from this software center, and you might have installed the Flatpak version, which I can still download. But if you have, you can uninstall that and not lose your data. How is that possible? Well, if you don't click that button here, where it says delete data, if you don't press that, it won't happen. You can keep your data and install the Ubuntu version, and remove the FlatHub version, and then basically have a smoother experience with everything from that on. So now that the software center everything's done, you can close that, and let's go over to the Yabridge again. So we have the Yabridge folder. So where does it go? Now I show you. First of all, you're gonna go and select it, obviously, then you press Ctrl plus X, so you cut it. You already have it in the cut selection. You can also copy it, doesn't matter if you want it in a download selection. Anyways, you go to home here. If you don't know where that is, you only have that, devices, your root, you go to home anyways. We're all going home. So this is your basic view. This is all you're gonna be seeing, more or less. But this is not where the Yabridge folder comes in. How do you find the folder where it comes in? Well, it's in the hidden files. You press either way Ctrl plus H, or you go into this, however it looks on your version. Something must be there, and then show hidden files. If you don't have that, you just basically press somewhere in the folder, and then you press Ctrl plus H, and it's gonna do that. And then, ta-da, there you have it. And what we're gonna need is the dot. Just as a reminder again, it's in the description, the whole text. If it gets confusing and you need to stop and you don't want to rewind in the video, just in the description I have everything written down, so you can take your time even more slowly. Yeah, this is not gonna be a TikTok video anyway, so if you have short attention span, well, prolong it. So we have to go into .local and then into share, and here I've already installed it, basically copied in it, but here you're gonna just go into the blank space and then press paste, or you just press Ctrl plus V, and then you have it in here. Now this is an important access. You can immediately map this folder, which I already did here, but I'm gonna show you anyways. You can immediately drag this folder and map it at your shortcut menu, which always gets you into the folder very fast, in case you wanna in the future add another plugin and not search it. This is important. So now that we have installed Yabridge, technically, it's not like a usual installation. We have now to go into the folder, into a blank space. And now this is where some people get creeped out if you're from Windows. But stay with me, it's actually very easy. I understood it. So yeah, you're also gonna get it. So press right click in the empty space of the folder. So you go, here shows open terminal here. Why? Why that? Because it will link everything for the console to that folder and use all the applications in here to use with the commands, so that the console knows where the applications or the scripts are to pull from. So here we start our first command line. Are you ready? If you're new to Linux, that might be frightening. You go, everything will be under that line. Yabridge CTRL, and to first of all give you the fan for commands, you press minus, then H, or if you want to write a complicated, minus help, both works, and then you press enter. So you have all the commands listed. This will be very useful. The second useful thing straight off the bat, which makes your life a lot easier for the future, you can press the up and down arrow keys on your keyboard to just go through the stuff that you just typed into this console, and it remembers a lot. So like, you see that? It remembers a lot. So first of all, what the first thing you have to do is now add a plugin directory. So, but that's almost like one tiny step ahead, because we still have our plugin installation to be done. You can do it either way. It will work either way, but we're gonna do it more understandably. So let's install our first plugin, because we have all the Wine stuff installed. It all works, and now we do it exactly like in Windows. You press run, execute, and this you can ignore. And since I have a very high resolution, it always shows me this tiny Otherwise someone knows something else, please tell me. But I have to go nearer to the desktop. So you basically select all the VST 2 and 3, because some will work, some not. Some might work better, some might not. So you're just gonna go with both anyways. Then you just press next. Yes, of course, I agree. Next, install, next, install. Just, you don't even have to really think much if you're gonna do it this way at least. Then you finish. You can close the Q for Wine window. Now we're gonna install this plugin that we just installed for in Wine for Yabridge. What you basically gonna do is now add the folder location, and here comes the thing again. You go into the home directory, and now you go, instead of .local, here was .local, now we go into .wine. Usually we also see .vst and .vst3. These should be installed and will be important. If they're not there, then I don't know, I'm sorry. We go into .wine, drive, C, program files, common files, and then VST 3. That's what I already have linked. How do you know what you have already linked? Before I'm gonna show you before. Type in list, and this is the folder that I've linked. Now we're gonna add another folder. To add another folder, we're gonna go add, and now we're gonna grab the information. We say, let's say I want to install the VST2 folder, but I don't want to write all the stuff out. So you go on top here, either way click it, and then you select everything and press copy, or you just right click it and press copy, and either way it will work. Now you go back into the console. Now you have already written it, just like that, and then you press Ctrl Shift plus V. Why that? Because if you press Ctrl plus V, will copy. It won't copy it like that. That's just for you to know. Now, for Yabridge to add this, you have to add 2 more things, and for that I have to do some mic drops. The exclamation marks. No, not the exclamation marks. The storyteller marks. Yeah. Then you press enter, and since nothing happens, it means it worked. How to check if it worked? You go again to Yabridge CTRL list. Now you see the second directory has been added. Great, right? That's how easy it works. Now if you did a mistake and you want to remove it, you press an RM. Like we established, the help gives you all the comments, and there it says RM says remove plugin location. So you go RM, to make it easier, like I showed you, you just press up and then delete that, press RM, hit enter, you check again, list. There you go, only that. So that's, I hope, take your time, take a break if you need to, drink some water. Yeah, but now we're gonna add, now that we have added the plugin location, Yabridge now knows where to find it, and you could basically now have the easy part. This is now the very last thing, the very easy part. Again, Yabridge CTRL, you type it in, and now to give you a status of all the plugins that Yabridge has recognized, is to type in status, and there you have it. You see already the ones that I've installed, they're green, means they're synced. Now I'm searching for here. If you have one installed, but it's yet not synced, basically told Yabridge to link it for your DAW, it says behind it not yet synced, and it also says if it's a VST3 or if it's a CLAP plugin. So in order to sync it, guess what? You just type in sync. Now that's it. That's it basically. And then you see one new plugin has added. They're more complicated plugins. Maybe I have to make a video. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. But Spitfire is a bit more complicated. Just as a heads up, everything that has a plugin suite can work, but it can be weird. The iLog message manager is weird. I don't support it either way, so I'm like, I don't bother. So, but if you wanna try your best and make a video about it, send it under this one. It's a great thing. So we all stay connected and yeah, hopefully have a more streamlined experience. Yeah, so now you have all that stuff done. By the way, if you want to have it cleared, you go on this dot and then clear and reset. Now all we have to do, I mean, you could basically close it at this point, and this too. So now we can go into Bitwig. So into Bitwig, now this is my default template. So you go onto the Bitwig logo on top. You go to settings, and then you go to locations. In locations, these should be added automatically because I can't remember adding them, and I didn't. If they're not, you might have to search on the internet. I don't know how to do it. You select all plugins, and that's gonna be for locations. Now for plugins. Now that's the interesting part. If you have never had any plugins, then you were gonna see it. But now I have all the edit Valhalla delay, and now that's a gray. Now if I click, it basically is now in the list, and there you have it. That's the whole thing. Congratulations. And now we check it. The good thing is with Valhalla, I know they work all very well. So Valhalla delay. See? Let's rescale it. So there you have it. And well, let's demonstrate. Let's see. Some work better than others, and some just straight out the gates work very well. I don't know. Yeah, of course, Yabridge is a bit more CPU intensive, so you might freeze and flatten a bit more. Other than that, like I said, this text is gonna be all written down. I've written it myself, so it's maybe, yeah. I hope it helps. I hope it also works for you. If you have any questions, yeah, I'm sorry, you know, I can only give you so much information because I'm not an expert in it. So if you have any problems that you encounter and you followed everything down to a detail, then yeah, you can ask in the comment section. Who knows if that video grows enough for everybody to have more people in that could answer your question. But yeah, I hope this makes sense, and yeah, let me know if it worked for you, because that will be very interesting. And if you use a different distribution, so you can already confirm and checkmark for other people straight out of the gate, so they don't have to watch maybe the video if it didn't work for you. Yeah, there you help someone else. Good job. Yeah, that's it. That's basically it. Goodbye.